welcome to the Center Grove Basketball Hardwood Club show. Kevin Conrad, along with Center Grove head basketball coach Zach Hahn. We're here at Campbell's Highland Grill, and Coach, a very festive atmosphere here tonight. Brand new restaurant, and so far it's a big crowd here tonight.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of the appetizers already. Great place to eat. Really cool atmosphere. TVs everywhere. Families are here. Kids are here to support the basketball program. So should be a fun night.
Coach, let's talk about the Center Grove Trojan basketball season so far. You got a couple of weeks left of the regular season, and before we talk about the final 2 weeks and your postseason play, let's kind of recap. Early in the season, a big win against Cathedral on your home court. Another big win that comes to mind early in the season was, of course, the Johnson County tournament as well. But maybe just tell our fans about your season so far.
I mean, I think with every season you have highs and lows. We've had a couple, I think, signature wins against top 10 teams in the state. When you look at our schedule, though, I think we've played 8 or 9 of the top 10, and then we're one of the other 10. So it's been a grinded out season from a standpoint of there are no off nights. You know, when you have a Mr. Basketball candidate, you have 2 senior guards that have played basketball for 3 years. Everybody knows you. Everybody's coming to beat you. And I think our guys have weathered that storm a little bit. I think early on in the season it caught us by surprise a little bit with just how motivated teams were when they came in to play us. But we've adjusted and we figured out, and I think we're playing better basketball right now. It's just the level of competition is so high night in and night out. But like you said, big wins over Cathedral, big wins at Westview, almost won the Hall of Fame, won the Johnson County tournament, which is always a tough feat. And then we bounced back and had a good win at Ben Davis. So, we got a couple games left. We're wanting to play our best basketball as we hit the tournament stretch, and I think we're well on our way.
Coach, I think the MIC conference this year may be the best we've ever seen. It's good every year, but when you look at it, 7 out of the top 8 teams in the MIC are in the top 10 in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and the team that's not is North Central, which usually is number 1 or number 2. It's a meat grinder. It's no different than playing in the best conference in college basketball or playing, in the NFL, and you're playing the top 4 or 5 teams over and over again. You get everybody's best bet, and there's 2 or 3 Division I players on every team, and there's great athletes and great coaching. It just makes it a really tough season. But I like how we've played. I think so far we're 1 or 2 possessions short away from being, 4-3 or 5-2. But that's just what it is when you play these elite level teams. The possessions matter so much. Free throws matter a lot, which has been one of our Achilles heels this year. But again, we're right there with these guys. It's a matter of 1 or 2 possessions better, and our season looks a little different.
Coach, you got a special group of seniors led by Trace Jackson Davis, IU signee, just recently named to the McDonald's All-American team. What a special young talent that Trace has been for you.
He's really developed into such a mature player. The thing that I've seen from him this year, especially the last 8 or 9 games, is consistency. He's not wavered. His effort and his attitude have been great through it all. And, he's getting everybody's best bet. He's seen more junk defense this year than what I've seen in a long time. Teams are doing diamond and 1, box and 1. They're quadruple teaming him in the post at times. And he continues to kick it out and trust that shooters are going to make shots, and then he tries to get his own when he's able to. And he's done a great job handling that.
Your guard play with Ben Nickerson, I think he's played maybe his best basketball the last 2 weeks. And then Spencer Piercefield continues to shoot at a high clip, setting the school record for career threes and also for a game as well.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what those 3 seniors specifically, and Spencer being the all-time leading three-point shooter, Ben, who's got to be up there on our assist leader all-time now, and he guards the best player every single game, and then Trace being the all-time leading scorer. It is a extremely special group, along with Cam Petty, Lucas Doyle, and Ben Greller, who have been pivotal in the building and the development of our program to be what it is today. So, we couldn't be more appreciative of what those guys have brought to the team each year, and more importantly, the kind of people that they are and what they represent for Center Grove basketball.
Coach, you alluded to it a little bit earlier, the county championship. You played so well this year in that championship game against Franklin. That might have been maybe your all-around best team effort this year?
Yeah, I would say, I think the Cathedral game we played really well. Ben Davis, we played well. We shot it really well against Roncalli. The thing about this team is I feel like we've only had 2 games where we really shot the basketball like these guys are capable of shooting it. And that would be Roncalli and Franklin in the county. So, with 4 games left, I'm hoping we can get some momentum going, whether it's from the foul line or making catch-and-shoot shots behind the arc. But when we do that, we will be a very, very tough out down the stretch.
Coach Hahn, we're going to take a break, let you get back to some of these
Looking forward to
really nice appetizers. Again, we're here at Campbell's Highland Grill. This is the Center Grove Boys Hardwood Club basketball show. We'll have more after this timeout. And welcome back, everybody, to our show here at Campbell's Highland Grill. And now join us 3 of the seniors. We got Cam Petty to my left, got Lucas Doyle to my right, and also Ben Greller to my right. Guys, thanks for joining me here on the show tonight. We'll start with Cam Petty here to my left. And Cam, you're the energy guy. You bring the defense, and also you got some 3-point shooting in you. Tell me about your season so far.
It's enjoyable. I came in as a freshman and sophomore playing JV ball and played both varsity and JV as a junior, and I think that set me up to have a really good season as a senior, and I'm really enjoying it.
Talk about maybe some big wins early. That Cathedral game was huge at Vandy.
Yeah.
I think Ben Davis here recently on the road, and of course beating Franklin in the county championship. Those 3 come to mind as big wins for Center Grove.
Yeah, key wins that highlight our season for sure. I think Cathedral was one of the bigger ones. Just the crowd we had that night and all the support we had from our fans was something Center Grove basketball I don't think has ever seen. So that was something that I'll remember my senior year for the rest of my life.
Cam, I know you're a football player, All-MIC this past year, tied in. How about future plans for Cam Petty?
I plan to go to University of Cincinnati to study architecture, and that's about it. I had schools look at me for football, but they don't have architecture, the schools that looked at me. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing to give it up, but there's plans in the future.
Came down the stretch, a couple of weeks left. Then you got the state tournament. You guys have won that sectional the last couple of years. I know you want to make another run.
Yeah, it'd be nice to cut down nets again, especially with the other 5 seniors. I know we've practiced this our whole lives, middle school basketball leading up into high school now. It's a big deal, and I remember last year watching Noah and Nate and Fresh and Joey all be heartbroken after the regional games, so hopefully we can get past that this year and go a little farther.
Also, I think you got a lot of experience playing in the regional last year. That should really help make that run again this year.
Yeah, big crowds kind of, I wouldn't say made us play worse, but we weren't used to it. And I think most of the games we've had this year and our regional games for the past couple of years have been big crowds, so I think we're definitely ready this time.
Cam, all the best final 2 weeks of the season and in the state tournament.
Thank you.
Now we'll turn the microphone over to Lucas Doyle. And Lucas, senior, gotten the chance to start here the last couple of games. Tell me about your game here the last few weeks.
Big thing that we felt we were kind of lacking, I guess I should say, in more of our starting lineup was we didn't take as much pride in our defense. And a big thing that Coach Hahn's been pushing to do was he knows that us seniors will really put it all on the line for each other. He knows that we'll all play hard and play together for each other, and he knows that we know the system as all of us have been doing it for 4 years now. So big thing there was just that he knew, we'd play together, we'd play for each other, and on the defensive side, he knew we'd get the job done. On the offensive side, I know where Greller is going to be on the court at all time. I know where Petty's going to be. I mean, Trace knows where I'm going to be just from muscle memory of just always playing with everybody. Everybody knows everybody's tendencies, and it's just been, I like to think it's been a formula that's really helped push us in the right direction.
Now you got a couple of weeks left here in the regular season. I know something you want to get, prepared for when you get that state run. What are you guys going to work on here these final 2 weeks?
Something we've always prided ourselves on the last 4 years, or last 3 years, I guess, is we've always been playing our best basketball at the end of the year. I know Coach really likes to take pride in saying that, and I guess we just need to get everybody on board, know that, hey, it's not about me anymore. It's all about, hey, the team. We really have to put everything on the line. Everything goes towards one final goal of the state championship. So,
how about future plans for you? I know you just recently signed with Indiana Wesleyan to play some football.
I will be playing football at Indiana Wesleyan University, and I will be majoring in nursing there. So whatever that's going to take, hopefully I can balance the hours out as best as possible.
Talk about their program. I know it's fairly new, the football program.
The program's really new. They've had 2 years before me. So next season will be their third official season. The first season they did not have a stadium or an official full team, so it was all practices, like inter-squad scrimmages and stuff on Fridays, Saturdays. Last year they had their first season, had a great first season, didn't quite play their full conference, so not quite knowing exactly what everybody's capable of. But next year we really hope to go out there, make a bang, show everybody we got a good thing going. So,
Lucas, all the best to you. Next 2 weeks, state tournament, and also at Indiana Wesleyan.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now we'll talk to senior Ben Greller. And Ben, tell us about your season so far this year.
It's been it's not really normal, I go into a lot of games, not really with a defined amount of minutes, and recently I've been starting like Lucas, and that's been fun. It's been kind of an up and down year as a team. We've had some struggles, but I really think we're going to make a good push at the end of the year, and I believe in us.
Last week or so, you got a chance to start, and kind of a different look here for Center Grove. Lucas and you both starting, and I think so far it's looked pretty good for the Trojans.
Yeah, I think we're able to get us off to a good start. Sometimes we lack in the late second quarter, early third quarter, so I think that's where our problem's really been. But so I really think we'll be able to figure that out as a team, though.
How about future plans for you, Ben Greller?
I'm going to go to IU next year and major in business management.
And how about state tournament, again, the sectional coming up here pretty soon here at Center Grove?
Yeah, the last couple of years it's been really fun, just winning pretty handily, except for the Greenwood game last year. And I don't know, I just have great memories from all the things the past seniors did, and I hope we can give the younger guys great memories as well and be cutting down nets again.
All right, Ben Greller, thanks for joining us on the show. All the best to you. But more of the show after this timeout. Welcome back, everybody, to the show here at Campbell's Highland Grill. Kevin Conrad with you, now joined by three more of the Center Grove seniors. We got Trace Jackson-Davis here to my left. We got Ben Nickerson to my right, and also we got Spencer Piercefield to my right. And we'll start with Trace Jackson-Davis. And Trace, first of all, thanks for being with us on the show tonight. Tell us about your season so far. How are things going?
We've had our ups and downs, but I think it's just really brought us more together as a group. And I know we're just looking forward to every next game. So just got to play it one game at a time until we get to sectionals, and hopefully we can win out and then win another sectional and get to that regional again, because that's our ultimate goal. Well, our ultimate goal is a state championship, but we got to get past that hump.
Some big wins this year for you guys. What comes to mind? Cathedral was huge at home. Of course, beating Franklin in the county championship, and more recently the win at Ben Davis in the conference. Maybe talk a little bit about these big wins.
They're really just boost our morale. They just show that we can compete with any team, and with all the teams besides Pike, I think that we've competed with for the most part. So just shows that we're right there. Just a few things like hitting free throws and turnovers that are really costing us big down the stretch.
And Trace, you talked about making that big push now for the state tournament. You got a couple of weeks left in the regular season. You've been sectional champs the last couple of years. You want to get back to that regional, and obviously ultimately try to make a push to the state championship. But things you want to work on here this final 2 weeks before the state tournament.
Just being the best teammate that I could possibly be, helping my teammates out. I know Coach Holland made a big emphasis on trusting each other, so that's a really big thing that we want to work on. And that's probably just one of the biggest keys to our success is when we play together as a team.
Future plans? I know you're going to IU to play the next few years for the Hoosiers, but talk about that next step in your life.
Just a step. I'm just going to take it slow, just absorb it, because you only get to do it once. Just going to get there and start working. I got to just do what I got to do.
All right, Trace, all the best to you. Best of luck in the state tournament.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll go to Ben Nickerson, senior point guard. Ben, tell us about your senior season. How are things going for you?
Like Trace said, we've got some pretty high highs and maybe some pretty low lows. I think we're just building and trying to figure out what we're trying to do as a team right now, and just working towards getting into sectionals and regionals and hopefully past that.
How about your game in particular? I know you're probably playing your best basketball the last couple of weeks.
I think I've scored more, but I don't think that's the difference. I think I'm trying to look out for my teammates, which I know Trace has talked about, and Spencer's been hitting hard, just like a lot of us have been screening for each other. So I just think I'm trying to play more for my teammates than I had been at the beginning of the season. I think that's just bringing out the best in all of us.
How great has it been to play with Trace and Spencer for the last 3 years?
I love playing with these guys because I know they're not selfish. I know they want to win more than anything, and that just gets me going.
Future plans for you? I know you're going to UIndy to play basketball for the Greyhounds, but tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just want to savor my my last high school season because I know once I move past, I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to look back and say, what if? So I just want to stay in this moment, enjoy it, and then when it moves past, move past.
You got 2 weeks left, regular season, and then it's the sectional at Center Grove hosting this year. What do you want to work on here down this stretch to get ready for the state tournament?
I think finishing games. I think the past couple of games we've gotten off to pretty decent starts. Lawrence Central maybe not so much, but the past couple of games we've gotten out to better starts than at the beginning of the season. And I think in the third quarter, Coach Hahn has had a big emphasis on keeping and building that lead. So I think just finishing games with knocking down free throws and being tough with the ball will really help us going into sectionals and regionals.
Ben, all the best to you here down the stretch and also at UIndy.
Thank you.
Now we'll turn the mic over to Spencer Piercefield, senior shooting guard. Spencer, you're having a fine senior season. You've set a couple of records already. Most three-pointers, most recently in a game with 8 against Lawrence North. You got the career mark. I think you set that against Warren Central at the Hall of Fame. But tell us how your senior season is going.
It's been going well. I think this year the team has faced more adversity than we have any of the other years, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because we're starting to come together well now, and this is the point in the season when you need to come together. So, we had ups and downs, but we're really starting to come together as a team and start playing our best basketball.
Yeah, you guys talk about the ups and downs. Is it just can you put your finger on why the downs? Is there a way to get more consistent?
Some of it was off-court stuff that we couldn't really control, but some of it was just getting new guys into the system, getting them more acquainted with what we do and how we do things, and just getting everybody to buy in. First defensively, because when we get 5 guys bought in defensively, then we're really tough to beat.
Spencer, talk about that game against LM. When you hit the 8 3-pointers, you were just red hot that night. Were you feeling it during warm-ups? Just tell us a little bit about that performance.
I shot it well in warm-ups, but it was just, I think I only had 2 in the first half, and second half I just came out a little more aggressive, but my teammates did a really good job screening and finding me. So all the shots were pretty wide open, really. I just had to step up and make it, and yeah.
Next up, Spencer, beyond Center Grove High School, you're going to go to Indiana Wesleyan and play for the Wildcats, play some basketball for them. They got a great college basketball program. Talk about your next step.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Whenever my career here at Center Grove is over, I'm going to shift and focus on that. They've won 3 of the last 5 national championships. They've got another good year going, so I'm really excited to be a part of that program.
And your thoughts about the postseason?
I'm excited for it. I think that we can make another deep run. Sectionals at our place this year, so that's really exciting. Hopefully we can have some good crowds for that, win another sectional, and make a deep run.
All right, Spencer, all the best to you in the postseason and at Indiana Wesleyan.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more of our show after this timeout.
Sales, service, selection, customer satisfaction. Come see Bob Rohrman, Indy Honda, for a great deal on a new Honda. During the Honda President's Day sales event, lease a brand new Honda Civic LX sedan for just $179 a month, or a brand new Honda CR-V LX with all-wheel drive for just $229 a month.
There's only one Bob Rohrman.
Bob Rohrman's Indy Honda, US 31 South at Stop 12 in Indy.
And welcome back, everybody, to Campbell's Highland Grill. We now have with us Dave Piercefield from Indy Honda, our presenting sponsor. And Dave, thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's a good turnout tonight. Great restaurant, good food. So let's talk some basketball and some sponsorship, huh?
That's right. The food is awesome. I'll get into it a little bit later, but the hospitality has been great. Dave, I think this is your 4th year with the Hardwood Club as a presenting sponsor. I think your 3rd year with us and doing the presenting sponsorship for the webcast of the basketball games. And we really appreciate you and your team at Indy Honda for everything that you do for Center Grove basketball.
Thanks. It's been a great partnership. Billy and the guys at the Hardwood Club do a great job getting just different things down to the lower levels of Center Grove basketball, and I think that through that we're starting to see the program just evolve and grow, and we're reloading. We're almost to a point where we're reloading, and I think a lot of that is coming from the Hardwood Club being a sponsor and being able to do some things, with all these younger kids to keep them motivated and in the program, and I think you're seeing some of the benefits of that now.
Yeah, the Hardwood Club does so much for our program, and it takes great sponsors like Indy Honda and many, many others to really help grow the program at all levels. I mean, it's youth basketball, it's the middle school program, and obviously the high school program as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been at Indy Honda for 25 years now, which seems like yesterday when I walked in there, and I can honestly say this is probably one of the funnest sponsorships that we've been involved in. And I have a lot of people that work for us outside of Center Grove area, and they've become Center Grove basketball fans just through the webcast and what you guys do, which is tremendous. But it's been a great thing for us to be involved with Center Grove. The parents are very good about searching us out when it's time to buy a car, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking to keep our name in front of people and love the sponsorship. Love it with you guys, love it with Hardwood Club, and just Center Grove in general.
And Dave, I know you have a son on the team with Spencer. He's a senior this year. How special has it been for you to watch him develop, but also his fellow senior teammates as well?
It's been great. It's you only get to go through this one time, so you try to soak it all in and really reflect on the accomplishments that this team has had so far, and hopefully what they're going to have down the road. I've coached Ben Nicholson and Ben Greller and Spencer and Lucas Doyle, Cam Petty. So I feel like I'm a part of the team just because of that, and I'm sure Brett does as well, and I'm sure you do. You guys, we've all been around these guys since they were little guys in the CGBBL, and now we're watching them hopefully compete for a state championship.
I'll say, Dave, we got the sectional coming up in a couple of weeks. It's at Center Grove. The Trojans have won the sectional title back-to-back, so they're trying to make it 3 years in a row this year. Love to see them make a deep run this year.
I think they've got the tools to do it, and I think they're starting to come together more. Every game it seems like you can pick out one thing here, one thing there that they're starting to do better that maybe they didn't do at the beginning of the year. And, we're going to be one of the most battle-tested teams going into the state tournament probably. When you play La Lumiere and you play Warren Central twice and you play the competition these guys have played, you're looking to go deep, and I think they will. I think they're going to continue to come together and play hard, and I know these seniors aren't going to want to walk off that court for the last time, so it's you might have to drag them off.
Dave Piercefield, once again, big thank you to you, your Indy Honda team, for being a presenting sponsor for the Hardwood Club. Again, I think now it's been 4 years, and for our webcast for the last 3 years.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this. I know that the time and effort you put into this is more than anybody knows. So kudos to you and what you guys do. It's an awesome thing for the community and for the people that can't get to the games with your webcasts. And you guys are as good as these dudes we're listening to on ESPN right now. So keep up the good work.
We'll have more of the show after this time. And welcome back, everybody, to the show here at Campbell's Highland Grill. Now the owner, Steve Campbell, joins us here on the show. And Steve, what a great night we have here tonight. We got the Center Grove basketball parents here, the basketball team. We're having a real nice night here at your restaurant.
Yeah, this is great. We're real happy to have you guys here. Of course, we're part of Center Grove. I was a graduate in '93, and our family's been a big supporter in the community. And now that we have the restaurant, we want to continue that and help out any way we can.
Steve, you just opened up the restaurant last week, so tell us about this great restaurant that you have here.
Well, it's been a plan the last 5 years. My wife and I have been working on it really hard. We put a lot of thought to this, a lot of time getting our decor, collections of Scottish pictures, all kinds of good things that we hung up on the wall. My family is originally from Scotland. They came across the sea to Canada and down to Indianapolis from there. So we're trying to make it part of our family heritage and bringing a little bit of Scottish taste to Center Grove, along with all the yummy pizza, specialty pizzas, especially hamburgers, and heavy on the appetizers here. A lot of good food.
And see, if I look around, you got a lot of TV screens up here. You got the sports theme here.
Yeah, well, two of my most favorite things are dining out, food, and sports. So I put the two together and made this place.
How about your location and your hours?
Yeah, well, we're located, if I'm sure everybody knows where Bonefish Grill is, we're in the same strip center on the opposite end cap in the Steinmart Strip Center. Our address is 1001 North State Road 135, and we're right behind McAllister's Deli and Starbucks there. So those are good points of contact. If you're not sure where that is, then just look behind McAllister's Deli and Starbucks and you'll find us.
Steve, you're taking care of us with a lot of nice appetizers here. Yeah. Maybe tell us some of your signature dishes. You probably can't go through the entire menu, but maybe some of your specialties.
Well, we have the bangers and mash. That's a traditional Scottish entree. We serve that, as well as Scotch eggs. We have the haggis. We have the traditional fish and chips, the castle chicken. So we have a lot of good dishes that were passed down from generations through our Scottish heritage and family overseas.
All right. Steve, once again, thanks for having us here tonight at your restaurant. Wish you all the best with the new restaurant. Love it. The food's great. All the best to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to talk about our hours real quick. I forgot to mention that. We're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to midnight, and then Saturday and Sunday we're open early. For the soccer fans, we'll have all the English Premier League games on early in the morning, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go all the way to midnight on the weekend as well.
All right, fantastic. Steve, thanks for having us again tonight. All the best to you with this new restaurant.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Right. We'll have more of a show after this timeout. And welcome everybody to the final segment of our Center Grove Basketball Hardwood Club show tonight. Final segment with Coach Hahn. And Coach, got a couple of weeks of the regular season. Then we're going to be talking about the state tournament this year, Center Grove hosting the sectional. But maybe just things you want to work on here in this final 2 weeks of the regular season before that state tournament gets underway.
I mean, I think as you approach the end of the season, there's two things you really want to do well. You want to defend and you want to have great confidence. We've gotten better defensively, I think, over the course of the season, and we're starting to really put some things together. The confidence part is tough. We've lost a couple games against MIC teams. Hopefully in the next couple weeks we can play good basketball and really feel better about ourselves as we're going in. And I think we will. We're trending in the right direction. Their attitudes have been great. Their work ethic has been unbelievable in practice. So those are two things that will help carry over, I think, into success into a long tournament postseason run.
Coach, you've won back-to-back sectional titles, trying to go for a third straight this year, trying to get back to that Seymour Regional. It's going to be nice, though, this year to be able to play that sectional on the home court in the Vandy.
Yeah, I think anytime you get home court advantage, that's a big deal. Going on the road to win a sectional is tough. We had to beat FC 2 years ago at Franklin Central. And then last year, obviously, we had a barn burner with Greenwood at Greenwood, and then we were able to handle Franklin in the championship. But all these teams are playing good basketball right now. So we just want to make sure in the next 2 weeks that we're playing together, playing hard, playing for each other. And I think I like our chances as we go through tournament play.
Coach, we appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck here down the stretch, and especially in that state tournament.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We're looking forward to it.
And that will conclude our Center Grove Basketball Hardwood Club show here from Campbell's Highland Grill. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Go Trojans.